To reintroduce P.R.Murry. Yeah.
Okay, my second set of poems are going to be about animals of various kinds, alive and dead. And as we're at Dodo Modern Poets, my first poem will remember some of the other animals like the dodo who have been rendered extinct by human beings. The great auk is gone, so we'll never know now if it cried auk like its own name. And Stella's sea cow has gone too, so we'll never again hear its maritime moo. The passenger pigeon's great commute is done, and the thylacine, who can say it could still be around today? That's what we'd rather believe than face the fact that we are butchers who lose little sleep, then wake to kill and kill and kill. Only then do we weep. Okay, and another animal to grieve over is a dead weasel. And this weasel, as the poem explains, died in a slightly strange way. The weasel that bit through the cable of the Great Hadron Collider died fried and was a heroic guerrilla fighter trying to make the word writer and stop humans playing at being gods, since we, being silly sods full to the brim with vanity and insanity, will wreck this planet and make it unfit for all to live on. The weasel, the human, or the gannet, or orcas either, and even the beaver. If capitalism gets its way, we're going to inhabit a huge ashtray. So let's raise our hands, our beaks, fins and paws, to the weasel who died fried for a noble cause.
Yay!
Well, after the dead weasel, time for the dead mouse.
Oh.
I arranged an assassination of a visitor to my home, but I'm no modern Machiavelli or player in a Game of Thrones, so I must stress it was not a guest who died on my floor alone. My victim came in uninvited. I was not a jovial host. He or she ran away in a streak of grey, so I thought at first it was a ghost. But in the end, through overconfidence, my visitor showed its true form, pointy at the front, incontinent at the back.
Oh.
It shat all over my floor. Now, I'm no benign Buddhist mystic or smiling tolerant sage, so scattering mouse turds all over my place caused my anti-rodent death rage. And but when I took the limp corpse out to throw it in the bin, the mouse god started planning a vengeance for my rodenticidal sin. Soon I know that I'll be offered something I can't refuse, a free holiday forever, or a return ticket to youth. I'll tread on the trigger to get it. The man trap will smash into my back, and I'll become reincarnated to scurry for crumbs in the corner of a fat man's flat. Well, let's scale things up a bit now. This is slightly, obviously, owes a little bit to William Blake, as you'll hear. I am a tiger, burning bright, in the forest of the night, or in the day and in the shade, lying watching in a glade where the golden light is striping down through green foliage and leaves me almost invisible, except for my unblinking eye, which only the dying should see. I am a tiger. I once heard a philosopher teaching. He said, philosophy is like searching for a black cat in a darkened room at night with a brown paper bag over your head. It is totally out of court. It is just not cricket. I thought this did not concern me because I am a tiger, not a black panther. But lest some roving forest gypsy passing by with a handmade flintlock gun fashioned from an old gas pipe should descry my unblinking eye and shoot me through it in order to sell my powerful powdered penis to give a millionaire somewhere a hard-on that he doesn't really need, I stir myself and pad out across the jungle floor. Yes, I think I'll eat a philosopher tonight, knock the back off his head with one swipe of my paw, lick all the knowledge porridge out of his skull with my abrasive tongue, so that I then might know what he was talking about. Or I could, like my northern brothers up in the snow, go for a Siberian. But that might just be like drinking a gallon of vodka. Lying about being a tiger, of course. I am actually, well, this is what I am. I am an eagle. I live in a zoo. I don't like it much. Neither would you. I sat on my perch. I glared down at crowds. I dived in my mind between dreamed clouds. I sat on my perch. I stared at the wall, and I saw a sky with no bars at all. I sat on my perch. I shat on the floor. I tried to imagine what it feels like to soar. Then, God of Eagles, made good luck for me. One unlocked moment, enough to fly free. Life without a cage was too short and sweet. Wide London sky, killed dogs to eat. I sat in my tree, didn't know what to feel. Kept dreaming of bars and regular meals. I sat in my tree, alone with the sky. I saw a warm cage, I'd no wish to fly. I sat in my tree, I knew I was tame, no move to escape when the dart gun was aimed. I am an eagle, I live in a zoo. I don't like it much, neither would you. So, of course, I'm actually a nocturnal bird, as you'll hear. Do not rub your wet body on me, for I am not your towel. I hang around at night and hoot in trees, because I am an owl. Do not do your carpentry with me, as though I was a wooden peg. I see things that you do not, and I am not a dowel. I hang around at night and hoot in trees, because I am an owl. I'm no kind of gardening implement, and I dream all day of eating mice, which a trowel just cannot do. Then I fly in the dark on silent wings and occasionally hoot. Furthermore, I'm not a sound made by a wolf or a coyote. If you think I am, then you must have been consuming too much peyote. I am certainly not a howl. I hang around at night and hoot in trees, because I am an owl. And I symbolise great wisdom in my few spare moments and fly away to sleep all day. And when the night is over, I never make angry doggy noises, since I am not a growl. 2 of my letters are consonants, and the first one is a vowel. So I hang around at night and hoot in trees, because I am an owl.
Hey.
The last 3 animals, the tiger, the eagle, the owl, are what you call charismatic animals. They're the kind of things, that people like put posters on the wall and make, documentaries about. They look good and so on, but not all animals are like that. So my last poem is about the animals that aren't quite so charismatic. Hello, I'm a slug, and I'm crawling out tonight, leaving a trail of slime, because I'm going to unite with the head louse, the wood louse, the weevil, and the rat, and also join up with several other species that are anti-charismatic in the public eye. But this is an injustice which we seek to rectify. None of us look striking, posing on mountain sides, migrating across savannas, or singing in the sky. We don't dive or leap majestically out of the ocean. Fine artists don't paint us to symbolise emotion, or patriotism, freedom, and other noble notions. We don't roam in rainforests or on tundras. We were stowaways in the ark, and where we live is called infested, never made a national park. No one will cross the world to see us, but to hear a gorilla fart, they'll fly all the way to Africa in a polluting jet plane. The gorilla farts, they gasp in glee, and then fly back again. We won't sell you anything with cute faces or appealing eyes. The means of our own death are what we advertise. One picture of a cockroach sells tons of insecticide. We are vermin, pests, pariahs, carrion-eating parasites. But when it all ends, we'll cut you down to size, because the corpse of one lion will feed 10,000 flies. Thank you.
Oh!